afternoon, everyone. I see this issue in America all the time. And it's not just America, it's all over the world. But it's something often overlooked, and many people just don't care about it. And that is littering. People don't understand the impact that it has on our environment. And hopefully I can provide some evidence and a solution. And you guys will be able to see how we can make the world prettier. So, litter is everywhere. There's very few places that are litter-free. It's at the beach, on your drive to school, and even when you're at a nature park and you just want to be out of the world, but there's still trash around. So, think about this in your head. You're walking down the street in a nice neighborhood, and it's relatively litter-free, and it seems a pretty nice environment. Because places that don't have litter or that aren't very dirty or tend to not. People don't litter where there's not litter. Like, people keep it normally clean. And then here's another scenario: is if you're walking down Orlando and it's pretty dirty, and if there's trash around, more people are gonna just say, "Oh, I can just throw my trash here too." Because there's gum on the sidewalks, receipts, random scraps of paper, fast food bags, and hundreds of cigarette butts. According to Statistics Brain, 50% of all items littered are cigarette butts. And the next thing after that is fast food and waste. It's fast food waste. So it's our job to make our surroundings pretty. And this isn't a save the earth speech. It's more of a I want you guys to be aware of it. And it's pretty difficult to tell people about how you feel about littering without offending them. And this website called cigarettelitter.org has a section about enforcement, and it says, "There's no right or wrong way to approach a litterer. Do it in a way that is comfortable for you. We do suggest, however, a non-confrontational approach that makes the litterer receptive to your message. Demanding the litterer pick up a cigarette is unlikely to yield the desired results. Messages that are preachy or condescending are also unlikely to be effective." I've approached this in both ways. I've attacked a litterer, and they'll be just as rude back, and they may even litter some more just in spite. But other times I can do it in a really polite way and express how it really makes me feel and how passionate I am about it. And they'll just respond with a, okay. And that's fine, as long as I'm just not trying to belittle the person, and I don't want them to think that I am. Now, I have a couple solutions. The first solution is just word of mouth, and it's sharing with your friends or just people you know or see that litter, and just say, "Hey, I don't, what this does to the world, and it makes this area look it's not pretty. It takes away the value of our area. It just doesn't look good. So I'd appreciate it if you didn't, or you just pick it up for them and don't even say anything." My other idea is enforcing legal action. So the Florida fine is only $50, and it's not criminal, and this is only if it is under 15 pounds or 27 cubic feet in volume. So that's like a 3-foot cube you can litter and only get a $50 fine. The court might give you community service, but I think it's a little too lenient. In California, the fine starts at $250 and can be up to $1,000 for your first offense. And every offense after that, it goes up by $250. And then the court might add no less than 8 hours of community service for picking up litter. And if that's not enough of a threat, Oregon has a maximum fine of $6,250. I don't see any harm in raising the fine. For one, it should stop people from doing it. And second, I'm sure the government would love to have a little more money. And they could even use some of that money to help clean up our communities. And making community service mandatory, along with the fine, should stop the action from being repeated. In doing this, it it shows a real threat to people, even if they don't care about the environment. Because not many people just have a couple $100 hanging around to give for something as little as littering. Okay, so if there's that threat, people will start hesitating about litter. The streets will start clearing up, and when we can put more effort into adding beauty into nature instead of cleaning up what we've done to it. A beautiful, clean area will increase property price and decrease criminal activity, and there'll be a much lower chance of the area being polluted again. If nothing is done about littering, results could be disastrous. Discarded food and packaging can attract rats, mice, and flies that spread fatal diseases. Littered areas attract more litter. If someone leaves a pile of boxes or an appliance on the end of a street, it automatically becomes a dumping site. Millions of animals, birds, and fish die each year from getting caught in discarded trash where they can starve to death or can't escape danger. I'm going to pass around these pictures. They're kind of sad. Just a bunch of different animals and what can happen to them with litter. Because it's significantly more dangerous to marine life. And being in Florida, we have numerous lakes and ponds, and we're in the middle of the ocean. So everything we do goes out there. So they're two very different things. Like, you could live in this beautiful place, or it could even lead to extinction of all these animals, or maybe even us sometime. So I just kind of want to leave you guys with saying that we have to set the example, and nothing's going to change if we don't. And if we just continue to throw trash, it's just going to keep adding and adding. But just you or sharing with other people how you feel about it will just take away just a little bit of it, of the litter. And I've now educated you guys a bit, so hopefully you can share that. And it's really easy to talk about something that you're really passionate about and share. So I hope you guys are able to see how I feel about it, and you can share it. Are there any questions?
Hey, Courtney, can you tell me what persuasive speech pattern Courtney used?
Monroe's?
Monroe's, yes, she did. Wow. Monroe's, wow. Question, comments for Courtney?
Yes?
Okay, so why is the fine so much higher in California and Oregon, but not that high in Florida?
I don't know. I wish I knew, and something should be done about that. I think if you have a prettier area, you take a lot more care of it and you're proud of it. Like, I'd be a lot prouder to live here if it looked beautiful, and I know other people would not. I talked to this guy, and I was in Utah a few weeks ago, and he's from California, and he just threw out his McDonald's bag, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, I don't care about Utah. I care about California. I'd never do that there. So just kind of that thought.
Not in my backyard. Hey, Courtney, did you see on Thursday and Friday's front page of Orlando Sentinel is about this woman who lived in this house that was full of filth, and she had 5 kids living there,
I just heard about that.
and she got arrested and had her kids taken away, and filth, I mean cat filth, human filth, filled this house. Did you see this?
I heard about it this morning in psychology class.
It was gross. I saw a picture, and it was horrible. I mean, they had 2 toilets in the house, and the one toilet didn't work, but her toilet in her bedroom did work. And there was human feces and cat feces on the doors.
How old are kids?
Her kids, and she had 1 kid that was already out of the house, that she threw out of the house, and she had 4 or 5 younger ones, teenagers on down, and it was bad. It was, and they showed, they had a picture in the paper of trash on the tree lawn there, you know, of stuff cleaning it out, but the smell, I guess, was horrible, and
I believe it. It's really sad.
it was bad. So do you think that there ought to be laws if people have like a trashy house?
Like private property, if you can litter on it. Like I see people throw their beer cans just in their lawn, and it's still a danger to animals, definitely. Like,
Yeah,
I
but
can't-
it's, yeah, but.
No, who was the dude that got fined? There's a dude that they're battling in Orlando that collected a bunch of stuff and they tried finding them and,
Those hoarders.
you know, he was like, oh, this is my stuff, I'm collecting it, I forget, and he's constantly battling with them. But,
Yeah, I know a lady that she collects so much, like her car is packed with like every single thing, cause she travels, so she puts everything in her house and in her car, like she wears all these different watches from all the places she's gone, it's, yeah. And
She's weird.
yeah, but she's not even bathed or anything, like you can see that she's dirty, like.
This article had some strange things in it. The last thing it had in it was, they said they arrested her and led her away to the squad car, and they said, the last sentence in the article was, and she is obese.
Oh, what?
stereotype.
So, it said, yeah.
It's terrible when it gets
It
like-
also said that,
I agree with that.
she has like 5 kids from 4 different men.
Well,
Nobody's taking care of that woman.
Wait, what?
Nobody.
nobody.
Nobody. And but how can people live that way? I mean,
Just not caring about themselves, obviously, if you're gonna live in an environment.
Do you wanna hear what my psychology professor said?
what's your son, well,
No, yeah, well, it's because whenever you're growing up, you get stuck in these certain phases and they never got out of the stage where potty training was an issue to them when they learned to deal with fecal matter.
Really? That's like 5 years older.
Yeah, no, it was like it was like 2.5 to 3 years old, and it was like people get stuck in. He brought up a news story about a 40-year-old dude having sex with a 1-year-old.
Oh, yes.
That's what we're talking about in psychology.
that's weird class, that's abnormal.
No, it's
And she
actually,
can't have babies or anything, like her insides are like messed up.
This was on the front page of the Orlando Sentinel 2 days in a row, so it is bad, it's bad. Any questions for Courtney?
he's cool.
Now, I take the opposite position, I say litter because it creates jobs, and that just drives Courtney crazy. I know, but, I don't do that, but I just.
That should be all left up for the people that are getting punished with community service. I mean, just rack them up. If they're polluting, come on, 8
Go
hours
clean
is
it up.
nothing.
And if you get more money for, like, the fines, you can even put special police officers, because if you're making that much money, like $250 versus $50, and people are just gonna do it again. But you could have people like monitoring that and walking down the streets and saying like, yo,
But I
cigarettes
live
go
in a-
here.
I live in this complex, you know, with other townhouses, and there are guys that work there. All they do in the morning is they drive their golf carts around and pick up people's trash.
I know.
Beer bottles and beer cans and McDonald's bags, they just throw out in the parking lot. It's just like, who lives that way?
Is that what your HOA fees are for though?
Yeah.
We don't have HOA fees for highways or nothing. That's when you have inmates or the people that are polluting from the beginning. Stick them out there,
I just think,
community
you
service.
know, who just throws it outside of their house and so somebody will pick it up.
People that did not listen to Courtney's speech, and we're not.
That's right, that, yeah, they should have to listen to Courtney's speech. Yay, Courtney, thank you very much.